Well, a toddler who was nearly killed in an attack by a cougar at Kennedy Lake last week is now back home on Vancouver Island, making a remarkable recovery. It was a week ago Monday that Julien Sylvester was mauled. He was at the lake with his grandfather, who says the big cat leapt out of the bushes and clamped down on the back of the little boy's head in a matter of seconds. Julien was airlifted to Children's Hospital in Vancouver, where doctors have worked frantically to repair the damage, performing 2.5 hours of neurosurgery. And he's making an amazing recovery. CTV's Cheryl Bloxham has the story.
Want to give me a high five?
Yes! And with that, you can see 18-month-old Julien Sylvester is like any other toddler, playing and discovering his world. But when he takes off his hat, you can see what Julien has been through. The deep wounds where a cougar's fangs punctured his skull.
The cougar jumped out and attacked him.
Little Julien was nearly mauled to death by a cougar at Kennedy Lake last Monday. He was walking along the beach with his 4-year-old sister Iris, his grandfather, and a family friend when, from out of nowhere, a cougar pounced, attacking the little boy.
My dad said that Julien was face down in the sand with a cougar's paw on his back and his teeth in the back of his head.
I saw it jump out first and attack Julien, and it's trying to go after me.
The adults in the group began screaming and shouting, scaring off the cougar and rescuing little Julien from its clutches, all while protecting little Iris.
This morning I was just talking to him and he said he didn't feel it was him. He felt it was God or some other higher power came into his body and just took over and did all the right things, because he kept saying, "That sure wasn't me." You know, and I thanked him for saving my son's life. He just hugged me and said there was no choice.
Julien was rushed to BC Children's Hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery. The punctures to his skull were so deep they penetrated his brain.
He did have a 2.5-hour neurosurgery to the head because he did have 2 skull fractures, and he also had the covering of the brain called the dura had to be repaired, and it was quite an incredible surgery.
Julien is recovering remarkably well.
Perhaps he could have difficulty with balance and fine motor coordination, but we don't see that so far.
Immediately after the mauling, the area was closed to the public. Parks Canada and the West Coast Search and Rescue groups sent out tracking dogs. They did pick up a scent, but weren't able to track it far. The cougar has not been found. In the meantime, a friend has set up a trust fund for Julien and his family to help with expenses as the toddler needs more medical attention.
Children are so resilient that actually they say 6 weeks his skull will be fused back together, 3 weeks his wounds on the back of his head will be healed.
For now, Julien's family is just focusing on today, relieved to have him home safe and happy.
My son's new lease on life. My son's been saved. It's amazing. It's a miracle.
Cheryl Bloxham, CTV News.